From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us at 6. As temperatures drop tonight, what has been drizzle and flurries so far today will turn to snow later this evening, and we could get several more inches overnight. We do have team coverage of this latest storm. Gary Canolti in the Weather Center, Chris Reese and Gabriela Becerra live in Sun Prairie, and Adam Duxter in Rock County. Let's begin, though, in the studio with Gary when we can expect the snow to start falling.
Well, it's already starting to fall over parts of far eastern Wisconsin. The snow is actually coming in from the east and moving back toward the west. So you can see this on Doppler track. Everything's rotating counterclockwise around low pressure, which is to our south. So that's why we're seeing the east to west movement. But rain over Lake Michigan is starting to change to snow, or at least mix with it, as temperatures turn a little colder in southeastern Wisconsin. That will gradually spread eastward into the Madison area. Also, there's some fog out there. Visibility 1.25 miles at the Dane County Regional Airport, but only a 1/2 mile in Janesville and 1/4 mile in Monroe. Now, when all is said and done, we're probably looking at an additional 3 to 5 inches of snow from Madison eastward. Heaviest amounts probably from around Janesville over toward Waukesha. Farther west of Madison, the amounts will drop off to about 1 to 2 inches toward the Mississippi River. Winter weather advisories are in effect until 9 a.m. Saturday morning for Madison and Dane County, as well as much of south central and southeastern Wisconsin. Current temperatures are just barely above freezing. We're at 34 in Madison, but notice out to the east where the precipitation is starting to change to snow. Waukesha has dropped to 30 degrees, and that's where we're starting to see that snow change over. So look for snow tonight into tomorrow morning before it tapers to flurries. Look for a high temperature tomorrow of 35 with just some flurries later on in the afternoon. Chris Reese, we sent him out on the roads to check and see how conditions were as we were heading into
the City of Madison Streets Department says a citywide plowing operation, will begin at 11 o'clock tonight. There is no snow emergency declaration, but officials are asking you to park off the street so they can plow more effectively. So now continuing our team coverage right now, meteorologist Chris Reese is in Sun Prairie. He's keeping an eye on the road conditions and what could come tonight. Chris?
Yeah, that's right, Charlotte. In fact, I drove to Sun Prairie just after the top of the 5 o'clock show, and I monitored road conditions on my drive out this direction. For the most part, roads were wet, but one of the things that I'm now concerned about is with a lot of the water on the roadways, as that snow comes down and temperatures begin to drop, you do end up with some ice underneath the snow, and that could be an issue. But the good news is the fact that temperatures, as the bands of snow work their way on through, are going to remain right around that freezing mark. And folks, with temperatures around the freezing mark, that allows that salt to be much more effective as opposed to temperatures were into the teens and 20s. So while the roads behind me are mainly wet, as the snow comes down, I think we're going to allow that salt to be a lot more effective as we go through the rest of tonight and into tomorrow morning. Now, the other thing, this is a very heavy wet snow, so you're going to have to shovel this tomorrow morning, and you're going to need a little bit more strength as you begin to shovel it. Now, this is, of course, old snow. It's fairly heavy compared to some of the snow that I shoveled earlier this week when the snow was a lot lighter. So keep that in mind. At the same time, if you're going to be using a snow blower to clear the snow, you're at a much greater risk of seeing that snow blower clog up with the heavy wet snow. If that happens, folks, use a long stick or something to clear that, but do not stick your hand inside of that snow blower, even if it is turned off, simply because things can be jammed there. But we're going to be watching those road conditions all night. Crews are going to be out salting, and Gabby is here in Sun Prairie as well, talking about the roads being salted and how crews are preparing for that. Gabby?
Chris here in Sun Prairie. For a storm of this magnitude 2 years ago, the city would have used 85 pounds of salt to treat the roads. But now this year, they've cut that nearly in half. Despite being one of the fastest growing cities in the state, Sun Prairie purchased 500 less tons of salt this year.
More streets every year, but we're actually ordering less salt every year.
Director of Public Works Lee Eigel says in the past years, plows dropped 300 pounds of salt per lane mile. Now that amount is 150 pounds.
We're still getting the same results from basically cutting our quantity that we apply to the roads in half.
Priced at about $75 per ton, cutting back saves the city $37,500.
Seeing that the lesser amount still had the same effect on the roads, and didn't need to put out that extra amount to get a clear pavement for our residents.
Eigel says those roads also have less salt residue left after storms, helping reduce the amount of salt in our water.
Our roads would have this white hue to them after the storm and after the roads dry up. That residual does kind of melt snow, but it also just washes away as the snow is coming down.
The city said it's also focused on pre-treating the roads, and that reduces the amount of overtime for workers and as well as saves the environment. But no matter the amount of salt on the road, drivers should take caution tonight.
Gabriella Becerra reporting from Sun Prairie tonight. Gabby, thank you. Several communities along the state line have issued snow emergencies ahead of tonight's storm. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter joins us live from Beloit with what conditions are like there. Good evening, Adam.
Hey, Charlotte. Yeah, Beloit was one of those communities that did issue a snow emergency for tonight, but so far just rain here at Winterfest in downtown Beloit. And tell you what, if there's anyone in Wisconsin that wants the snow right now, it's these guys, because they've got a lot of activities over the next couple of days that are snow related. Now, the 3-day festival has events both indoors and outdoors, including tonight's Luminary Walk along the lagoon here at Riverside Park. And the one thing they do have that you can't miss out on is hot chocolate. But with this rain expected to turn into snow tonight, they say that's exactly what they're excited for.
I love seeing people come out and enjoy our activities, and especially the families and the kids. I'm sure there'll be some kids out here doing that, building snowmen and making some snow angels. They're walking around.
Now, the one thing we are going to continue to monitor tonight is the road conditions. And right now in Rock County, we are told the main roads are doing just fine. But the things you have to be concerned about is maybe when you get to your residential streets. Those could be the ones where plows might not have gotten there quite yet. And there could be some residual snow left over from storms in the last few days. But Charlotte, we'll have you covered tonight at 10 as well. Hopefully this rain will turn into snow by that point. And in the meantime, I'm going to go grab one of those hot chocolates we were talking about just a bit earlier.
Well, enjoy. Adam Duxter covering the weather for us in Rock County tonight. Adam, thank you. And when you are away from your computer, check out our Channel 3000 weather and traffic app for the latest forecast on the go. The simple-to-use free app is available right now in your app store. The Madison School District today announcing its decision for new superintendent.
He really impressed upon the importance of student voice. His interaction with students was like really just stood him apart, really asking them questions about what they needed.
Dr. Matthew Gutierrez is the current superintendent of the Seguin Independent School District in Seguin, Texas. He beat out 2 other finalists for the position. He will finish out the school year in his current role and will begin his tenure with MMSD on June 1st. Dr. Gutierrez plans to visit MMSD to formally meet staff, the school board, and the community before the end of the school year. Starting today, patients visiting UW Health emergency rooms and urgent care centers will be asked for their travel history due to the coronavirus outbreak. Patients will specifically be asked about trips to or from Wuhan, China, where the virus originated. Travel history questions will be expanded to other patient care areas, such as clinics, next week. Just today, a second case of the coronavirus in the U.S. was confirmed in Chicago. Police say a bullet hit a gas station on the far south side last night, fired during a dispute over a drug deal. The bullet hit the Capitol Petro store along Rimrock Road around 7 o'clock last night. A 24-year-old man told police a man pointed a gun at him during a drug deal. The victim says he struggled with the man and a shot was fired in the process. No major injuries were reported and no arrests have been made. We are getting a closer look tonight at the preparation plans ahead of Vice President Mike Pence's visit to Madison next week. He's attending an event at the Capitol building on Tuesday, which runs from noon until 1 p.m. The city says it will have a short-term impact on employees and the visiting public. There will be short-term road closures along the motorcade route, which will be determined by the U.S. Secret Service and will not be announced in advance. Everyone entering the Capitol building on Tuesday will be subject to security screening, including the use of metal detectors, bag checks, and potentially a physical pat-down. Well, more troubles for Madison's golf courses. Today, the city says Madison's public golf courses lost more than $400,000 last year. The year before that, they lost more than $800,000. As a result, the city tells us today a task force has to come up with a plan moving forward, which may include structural changes to the golf program, hole reduction, or even course closure. Their report is due to the Common Council on May 1st. Still to come tonight at 6, a Madison-based company announces a raise for hundreds of employees. Plus, how the UW Police Department is trying to close a gap in communications in order to keep students safe.
When we say every Culver's Butterburger is cooked to order, here's what we mean.
Could I get a Butterburger?
The Culver's Deluxe, please.
Ketchup, mustard, pickle, and onion?
Craig Culver, I'm going to cook for you. Follow me.
I would love
Come on
to.
in. Fresh beef. It looks great. And we're looking for that nice sear, just like we got right here. That's where that great steak flavor comes from.
Totally fresh, made to order, the way you want it.
Searing it to perfection is really cool to see that.
Welcome to Delicious.
The windows on our homes. We probably don't give them much thought. They're just there, doing what windows do. It's true, they add character and personality. They connect the inside to the outside, and the other way around. But they're also there to do much more. They're there to frame a smile. They provide the perfect light for the perfect moment. They help protect us and the ones we love.
Last chance for amazing deals at Ashley Home Store's giant sale and clearance event. More clearance items, special buys, and floor samples just arrived for this final week. Final markdowns have been taken. Through Tuesday, save as much as 80% off all furniture and mattresses while they last. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our already rock-bottom sale prices. And save up to 70% off a huge selection of top-brand clearance mattresses. Bring your truck and trailer for immediate pickup or delivery is available. Through Tuesday only at Ashley Home Store's sale and clearance event.
Goldman Cars is starting the new year with a bang. Buy a 2019 Toyota Corolla for only $14,995 or $239 per month, all with remaining factory warranty.
That's right. For the new year, buy 2019 Toyota Corollas for only $14,995 or $239 per month, all with remaining factory warranty.
So come in today and get your 2019 Toyota Corolla for only $14,995 or $239 per month.
Go to Goldman Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldman, GoldmanCars.com.
Hundreds of American Family Insurance workers will see a boost in their paychecks after the company announced it raised its minimum wage to $20.
Working for American Family, there's just many great opportunities here. It makes me feel valued as an employee.
According to a news release this morning, American Family Insurance Group companies are raising the rate to attract and retain talent and create a positive impact on employees and communities. The previous minimum wage for the company was $15 an hour. UW-Madison police just launched a new Whisk alert system that provides emergency notifications in 6 different languages to be able to communicate effectively with everyone on campus. Jamie Perez joins us now with a look at how it all works.
UWPD, told me that this new system is helping them fill a gap in communication. They do not have a staff member to be able to translate everything 24/7 in real time, but they said this is the next best thing.
For UWPD, language barriers are no longer an issue in case of an emergency on campus.
A short message pops up, evacuate the building, translations, and a link.
The new Whisk Alert system features 6 languages for emergency notifications to be sent out to everyone.
Those are the languages in which our university recognizes as the most common languages on campus.
UWPD spokesperson Mark Levicott says this new system didn't cost them anything other than the time they spent making it happen.
We knew it was an issue, and the last thing that we want to do is sit on something that we know is an issue and have to do something in reaction to something bad happening.
So when an emergency does happen, 2 alerts will be sent out. The first in English and 30 seconds later in translation.
Individuals who don't primarily speak English will see that first message and see a location, and they will see that second message. They will hit the translate button, and they will be able to put both messages together to figure out, okay, there's a fire and it's happening at this location.
And as far as Levicott can tell,
we're the first college campus in the country to be able to translate emergency alerts, so our community, all of our community, knows what's happening.
Next Friday at 1 p.m., they're doing a campus-wide test of this new system where students will be able to see what this looks like. If people want to sign up for Whisk Alerts, I have a link where they can do that at channel3000.com.
That is really cool that they're doing this.
It is. They're the first in the country to do something like this, and much needed. So
well, we'll see how the testing goes next week.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Jamie, thank you.
Sure.
Still ahead tonight in sports, the Bucks playing some daytime basketball in Paris today. We'll have those highlights. But first, we'll also have your full forecast for the weekend as we get ready for even more snow tonight. Gary Canalti will let us know how much to expect next.
When you can get zero financing on new Highlanders at East Madison Toyota, it's the perfect time to make a fresh start in 2020. New Highlanders with 0% financing. East Madison Toyota makes it easy. Shop our giant selection and save with zero financing or $2,500 customer cash on Highlander at the #1 Toyota certified pre-owned dealer in Wisconsin. East Madison Toyota, conveniently located off I-90 and 151.
Beat the cold with hot deals during Steinhaffel's winter sale. Save 30% store-wide plus an extra 10% off. Save big on this Lazy Boy rocker recliner, now $449. American-made sofa, now $539. These 3 American-made solid wood beds are under $799. And get an extra 10% off one of our most popular American-made solid wood dining sets. Plus, get 40% off all Canadel. These hot deals won't last long, so hurry in. Only at Steinhaffel's.
Finish your year with up to $675 off top appliance brands at Grand Appliance and TV. Get $200 off built-in cooking, up to $200 off French door fridges, up to $100 off ranges, up to $100 off laundry pairs, and up to $75 off dishwashers. You won't find these exclusive savings at the big box store. Shop now and save. Grand Appliance and TV. You make it home, we make it grand.
Warehouse liquidation at American Freight. Save up to $350 on 3-piece bedroom sets. Over 12 mattress sets under $199 each piece. Save up to $500 off MSRP on reclining sofa and love sets. Get a whole house of furniture, 18 pieces from only $998. Take it home today for $50 and no payments for 60 days. Free layaway, same-day delivery. Buy online at AmericanFreight.com. Ends January 31st at the corner of North Stoughton and Kinsman Boulevard.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. The News 3 Now. Madison Camper and RV show and sale. See over a mile's worth of RVs, camping equipment, and campgrounds under one roof. Tickets are just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Meet Gridiron Great Gilbert Brown Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Find out more and get your VIP ticket at MadisonRVShow.com. See you at the Alliant Energy Center, January 31st, February 1st, and 2nd.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now, and it's a good weekend to go bowling. You got yours in already.
Yeah, I bowl on Friday mornings. So actually, I bowl in a tournament tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon. So I've got to get the driveway cleared off before then. And I'm not going to be alone, I'm sure. As we take a look at high-resolution Doppler right now, you can see the first swath of precipitation moving from east to west, from Milwaukee westward toward Madison. Some of this is in the form of rain and snow closer to the western shore of Lake Michigan, but temperatures are a little bit colder inland, so now we're starting to see a changeover to snow or a mixture of rain and snow. A little wider radar perspective shows more precipitation back in Indiana that's actually, again, rotating around back toward the west as low pressure passes to our south. So we're going to see better chances for snow as we head through the overnight hours. Also, there's some fog out there. Some of these reduced visibilities are because of fog and not because of the snow. But notice visibility down to a half-mile in Rockford, Illinois, a half-mile in Milwaukee. Madison, only a mile and a quarter. There are dense fog advisories in the Chicago area. No dense fog advisories over southern Wisconsin. There should be enough wind to keep the fog from getting too dense. But again, between that and the snow, you could still see some reduced visibilities. And as far as the snow amounts are concerned, probably looking at about a 3 to 5 inch snowfall east of Madison. Madison probably around 3 inches, and then lesser amounts, maybe an inch or two closer toward the Mississippi River. Winter weather advisories in effect for the Madison area and south and west of Milwaukee down into northern Illinois for the accumulating snow that we'll see over the next maybe 18 hours or so. We have an alert day in the forecast for tonight into tomorrow for areas of fog in that 1 to perhaps as much as 5 inches of snow through tomorrow. Heaviest snow, again, east of Madison. between Madison and Milwaukee. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. There's the snow coming in for tonight and tomorrow, but the fog will still reduce visibility off and on through the weekend. A lot of moisture in the air, and those temperatures slightly above freezing. We continue to melt a little bit of the snow on the ground, so that just continues to add moisture. And that'll also keep the clouds around, but it'll also keep our temperatures mild through Sunday. Take a look at the Edgewater Skycam. You can't see anything out there right now because of the fog. 34 the high today, 32 the low. Temperatures haven't moved very much, and right now a little bit of light rain being reported at the airport, probably drizzle. 34 the current temperature, winds out of the north at 8 miles per hour. Temperatures are right around freezing or just a little bit above, but as those temperatures drop, we should see everything change over to snow. The storm system is actually located down across southern Illinois. That's where the main part of the storm is, but you can see at the surface the wind circulation starting to take place here, and that's actually wrapping that precipitation in from the east, moving it back toward the west. Winter weather advisory until 9 a.m. for Dane County and areas to the south and east. Look for snow tonight, about 1 to 4 inches by morning with some areas of fog. Heaviest snow east of Madison, low of 31. Then tomorrow, maybe an additional inch of snow in the morning before it tapers to flurries, high at 35. You can see the snow moving in tonight, especially later on tonight, then tapering down to flurries during the day tomorrow, but there'll still be areas of fog and some off and on flurries into Sunday. High temperatures on Sunday, back in the middle 30s. As we look at the snowfall amounts, again, 1 to 3 inches Madison westward, 3 to 5 inches Madison eastward. 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures stay above normal. Chance of some light snow Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then another chance of snow toward the end of next week.
Well, it doesn't matter what country he's in. Giannis Antetokounmpo is an international superstar. Highlights from the Bucks showdown in Paris. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by La-Z-Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. La-Z-Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's no secret, Robertson is Wisconsin's aesthetic leader. But with results this natural, patients can keep it a secret if they want. Our secret to reducing stubborn body fat? Cool Sculpting. And now with 25% off, it's time to learn how Cool Sculpting is different at Robertson.
Some people fight out of anger, and some fight for love. People fight for bad reasons, and people fight for good reasons. What are you willing to fight for? At Habish, & Rotier, we fight for what's right.
The Culligan high-efficiency water softener is the world's best. It's backed by the industry's strongest warranty and serviced by the world's largest local dealer network. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Doesn't a summer weekend at a cabin sound good right now? Whether you already own a cabin or dream of owning one, the Lake Home and Cabin Show is the next best thing to being there. January 24th through the 26th at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. See all the latest products and new ideas. Plus meet special guests Tom Crowell, the cabin comedian, and the Getaway Gourmet, Chef Patrick Moore. We'll see you at the Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 24th through 26th, Alliant Energy Center, Madison. Life should always be this fun.
Dirt's going to fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, January 24th and 25th at 7:30 and the 26th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including War Wizard and Barbarian and the return of Bad Habit, along with insane action of freestyle motocross. Get pit passes at Weaver Auto Parts for a pit party with the drivers and the riders. Let's go for a ride in a monster truck. Wow. Get tickets now. Details at monstersofdestruction.com. Mountain Dew welcomes you to the Monsters of Destruction, January 24th, 25th, and 26th.
Dear Jack Frost, people say you've got ice in your veins, but underneath it all, you're just a big old softie. Go ahead, try to nip at our toes. Thanks to our available Remote Connect, we'll be toasty and warm and ready to go. Warm wishes, Toyota Cars.
Right now, you can lease a stylish new 2020 Toyota Camry for $259 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi everyone, snow will once again slow you down this weekend, so Will Loper's got you covered with 3 things to watch.
And we will be tracking how much more will fall, plus when this marathon snowfall is going to end. Watch Keely and Chris Saturday morning at 5 and 8. Well, Mackey Arena, the site of the Badgers.
Badgers and Boilermakers tonight. Wisconsin coming off of a historic performance where they lived and died, mostly lived, by the 3. But Purdue playing angry tonight. They just lost at home to Illinois. Right now playing angry, working for the Boilermakers. Nate Reavers leading the way with 5 points for Wisconsin. Checking out the big picture now, not a whole lot of space between the 2-way tie for first and the 5-way tie for second that the Badgers are a part of. This morning, CBS Sports projecting that 11 Big Ten teams will qualify for the NCAA tournament. That's the most of any conference. Well, after all the travel and media frenzy, the Bucks and Hornets finally throwing down in Paris. First half, Charlotte up 5 until Giannis with a Euro step in Europe. Bad joke, okay. Greek Freak led the team with 20 points, 16 rebounds. Later, Eric Bledsoe driving, tough bucket, but gets it in. Bledsoe putting up 20. Later, Bucks in transition, and Giannis feeding George Hill. Hill with double digits off the bench with 16 points. Bucks with a huge fourth quarter, 38 in that one. They win 116-103, the final. Well, a lot of work ahead for Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst this offseason. He mentioned focusing on the linebacker position with Blake Martinez's contract being up and more weapons on offense in general. He said that he wouldn't pass up a good QB, though, if there was one available. Last year, Gutekunst went nuts during free agency, picking up the Smith brothers and Adrian Amos, huge parts of the defense this season. So it'll be interesting to see what he does this year, but in terms of the expectations that he put on the team, he'll consider this year a success.
You know, expectations for me kind of change from day to day. So, you know, I don't really look at it that way. I will say this, the thing that by far exceeded my expectations was how this group came together and worked together as a team, you know, how they, I think they put their individual stuff aside and put team above all else. I think that it doesn't always happen in the National Football League. This group and this group of leaders that were in that locker room decided that's the way it was going to be.
Other news in the NFL today, from one New York icon to another, Eli Manning using Frank Sinatra in his retirement speech today, saying, "I did it my way." The New York Giants quarterback calling it a career after 16 seasons and 2 Super Bowl rings. The 39-year-old telling reporters today about the pride he had in only playing for one franchise in his entire career. Next, he will potentially join the Giants staff in a non-coaching role, but at the moment, he is still undecided. By the way, we have an okay amount of snow here in Wisconsin, unlike the Czech Republic, where a traditional 5-day sled dog race is still going on despite having less than average amounts of snow. It's apparently one of the most difficult sled dog races in Europe, spanning as many as 186 miles, and you have to spend 1 or 2 nights sleeping out in the snow.
Makes the Iditarod look like a piece of cake.
I know, right? 186 miles, that's a lot of land to span. Yep.
A lot of fun for the dogs, though.
I'm thinking of hitching my dog up to a sled and pulling me through the snow.
Yeah, I think he'd still be there.
I got a shovel of snow for him. You can see the snow coming in from the east. It'll be in here over the next few hours. Visibility's right now less than 2 miles, in some cases less than a mile because of fog. Temperatures just barely above freezing in Madison, but dropping to around freezing to the east where the precipitation is changing to snow. And about 3 to 5 inches expected through tomorrow morning for areas east of Madison, lesser amounts to the west.
All right, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.